Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogbot333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as the nation of Nepal. Now, last time, fighting commenced in the streets. Very not nice fighting. And ultimately, both sides realized that all the fighting was kind of pointless. And thusly, they've decided to form a coalition government under the mighty direction of our great monarch, Mr. Tribhuvan. It's truly beautiful stuff. But now we have to navigate a world where we don't have protection of either Indian neighbor of ours. Now, this could always be worse, of course. I think they've seem to be somewhat content with just letting us be. A neutral state is better than an openly hostile state, after all. But we're going to have to wait and see how long we can keep this going. Now, I think the only thing we can do at this point is just commence with the chicanery and see what we can do. So let's get the timer going. It is a beautiful day outside, and I am spending my time inside playing Kaiserreich. Probably go out for a walk after this, I'm thinking. Today is also today is May 1st of 2026. When I'm recording this is probably being uploaded probably about a week later, which is the release date for the new TNO update, which I want to be playing. But I can't currently. Let's go ahead and read this first. While the LSP were immediately identified as a potential threat following the peace agreement, withdrawal of support from Calcutta towards the now defunct Mutki Sena left most reassured that they would simply fade into irrelevance. The socialists clearly have not heard of the Republic's ambivalence, however, as a protest was held today in Kathmandu containing over 200 LSP members, led by Ram Prasad Rai in Kunwar, Inderjeet Singh. A fiery speech led primarily by Singh called for the immediate inclusion of the LSP into government and the arrest of Kiran and Mohan Rana over civilian deaths during the uprising that Singh blamed upon the Rana dynasty. Singh concluded that his speech by threatening renewed armed revolution unless demands were met with cheers by his fellow rebels. Not willing to settle for this treason, Prime Minister Koirala ordered the protest to be broken up and its participants arrested, with Rai being among those who now sat in the nearest jail. Singh, however, is alleged to have already escaped from the protest without arrest, despite troops believing they had arrested him. A mistake so far blamed on them confusing another similar-looking protester with Singh. The man's whereabouts are currently unknown, but the arrest of other members is expected to quell any more LSP upstarts from causing unrest. Hunt down Singh. We can't allow further insurrection. Yeah, they're a pretty prominent little block of the piece of the pie there. It would be nice to at least neutralize them. But yeah, I am about to be going on vacation, and I won't have time to actually sit down and record a full TNO campaign, because I don't know if you guys have played TNO. If you haven't, welcome back from the rock you've been hiding under, I suppose. Or if you haven't seen any of my LPs on TNO, but it's a lengthy fucking mod. And there's a lot of writing and a lot of reading, and I don't have the time to record that in a sitting like I think I'll be able to do for this one. What do we have attacked outside? We have troops attacked outside Hitwada. Ever since he fled the protests in Kathmandu, Kunwar Singh has not only evaded capture, but is yet to even be spotted by those hunting for him. With the government hopeful he had perhaps perished in the wilderness. While there was no concrete evidence to the contrary, the recent attack against troops operating outside Hutada clearly had the hallmarks of Singh and fellow dissidents. A local outpost, staffed by a few dozen men, was suddenly set upon by an unclear number of armed marauders. After initial conflict which saw the death of 2 soldiers, the outposts were briefly surrendered to those bandits before reinforcements managed to drive them off after a short battle. Those among the additional casualties on the insurrectionist side were found wearing Indian Republican Army uniforms, much like those supplied to the Mutki Sena. While not definitive proof of Singh's involvement, it was clearly proof of LSB just attempting a rebellion, and the government will need to respond. I'm gonna save here, because I am a little nervous about what might happen if we click the wrong option. So, they're clearly on the planning something larger, so just keep the army on standby for now. I think that's the play, personally. That's just the vibe sense I get. I don't know if we'll need to... I don't think we need to do anything else when it comes to political power. I don't know if any decisions are going to pop up. Let's get working on more of these. Do these guys have any descriptions? Some of these do, some of they don't. Some of them don't. Tonka here has a description, which is interesting. Construction speed is solid, but I don't think that's the most important thing we need. Let's do... We can't modify much more from here. We will need to get working on our doctrines eventually, so let's get Dharma here in charge. Speaking of doctrines, let's get working on exercising these guys. These guys need to get up to trained anyway. But yeah, we'll get that going. Yeah, I'm going on vacation, and I'm not going to have enough time to sit down and actually record TNO. Plus, I love TNO. I don't fully trust the release version to be fully stable, so I'm going to let them iron out some of the bugs there. So, yeah, that's what's going on in Mr. Dogboat's world. I also have to find a new place to live, because my housing situation is currently fucked, to put it simply. So it's funny, I'm going to be going on vacation, and then immediately I'm going to have to start looking for another place. That's just kind of beautiful, isn't it? That's, you know, life is funny like that sometimes. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get to work on bringing Nepal into the industrial age. Nepal as a nation has long had the capacity to become an industrial power, but as a result of Rana's misrule, it finds itself centuries behind its neighbors. The government's primary policy, once it has stabilized itself, should be to reverse course and finally set Nepal on the path of industrialization and economic growth. I gotta say, I really like how they set up the, they seem to be setting up the economic path here for Nepal. It adds a nice bit of flavor. I like little unique things like this for the minor powers. It's really nifty. I just finished up, we'll do Concentrate Industry. I finished up recording a Let's Play 1000 Week Reich for Israel. And they do something kind of similar. Let's get the new generation of guns as well. Who do we want to research it with? Let's get these guys in on it. They had another modifier that you can kind of minimize, but in that case, you couldn't get rid of it outright. You just kind of had to deal with it, which I thought was an interesting way to do it. And I like when mods do little different things like that. So let's get working on the revolt of the Rashkadal. In the aftermath of the revolution against the Ranas, the soldiers of the Mutki Sena, who did not simply fold into the army, were reformed into the Rashkadal, the protection forces, in order to help maintain order alongside the army. Despite their exclusion from government, many former LSB members were included amongst their members, an idea proven now to be very much been a mistake. Those still loyal to Singh and Rai have carried out an uprising in Kathmandu, joined quickly by Singh and his dissidents from Hitauda, freeing Rai and the other protesters from prison. The freed prisoners, armed by their fellow rebels, set out to occupy the capital, beginning with an attempt to take over the Singha Durbar Palace, from which the national government has been attacking from. With enough troops redeployed to the capital following Singh's attacks in Hitauda, the uprising was effectively over before it even began. Well, look at that. Once again, however, Singh appears to have slipped away, with Rai escaping alongside him. However, with the defeat of these rebels and no more support from the public, there's little chance of the two posing any further threats. You can't keep getting away with it. Let's hope that's the last we see of him, at least. Now, that's beautiful. And we really have all the we have half of the pie chart going, which is nice to see. Once we get the Ranas in, we'll have almost three-fourths of the pie chart. It's beautiful stuff. It really is. But, yeah. What else do we have going on? Very nice. Oh, and there goes the crisis. The Second American Civil War. It's military. I don't think I've played since they got rid of, Pacific States, American people. Since they changed the official names of everything. So this is interesting to see now. Neapolitan Industrial Age. There we go. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get working on beginning the 5-year plan. That way we can get working on cracking down on the economy of corruption and stagnation. The concept of a years-long economic plan has become rather commonplace in recent years as solutions to economic backwardness. These ideas find themselves commonplace across the border in India and have slowly begun to take hold amongst members of the government in Kathmandu. With their argument winning out, Nepal is now set to begin a 5-year plan of its own, by the end of which industrialization should be achieved. There we go. I like it. Oh, yeah. Do I want to do any of these guys? Division speed, initiative. Let's see, what do I want here? I kind of like the division speed idea, and the reforce rate is nice as well. Let's get Mutalal Garung in. Yeah. But, yeah. I'm trying to think what else is going on in my life that you guys might find interesting. Without being too oversharing. I don't know. I'm getting my stuff sorted out, so if anyone's worried and watching this right now, don't be. I'll be okay. Look at that. I didn't think that would be happening this soon. Okay. The Indian Civil War, which erupted in 1925 as the British Empire unraveled, culminated in a ceasefire in 1928 that left the subcontinent in deadlock. Now, it seems the ceasefire has finally been broken, with hostilities resuming between the Socialist Bharatiya People's Republic and the anti-socialist signatories of the Bombay Pact, the Dominion of India, and the Deccan Federation. The conflict encompasses India's hundreds of millions of people, with each combatant having foreign backers. Regardless of its outcome, it's certain that the reignited conflict will be one of the 20th century's deadliest. Oh, dear. Well, I was thinking I was going to have a little bit more wiggle room, because usually this conflict kicks off later. It would appear not, though. Shoot. We should probably rush down when the ganja turns red while we're here. With the resumption of war to our south, Nepal's future has never been more uncertain. Whether we enter the struggle from India directly or back our favorite contender from a distance, it is vital that we play an active role in determining who will dominate the future of the subcontinent. Yeah. So we're gonna get this gone in 42, if not earlier. So we at least got the timer ticking down on that. So I think we need to spread it out. We could work on more military stuff. I think what I'm going to start off with first is the protection of Nepalese independence. And then integrating the frontiers. Rather than simply being subjugated by a more powerful neighbor, Nepal stood firm against foreign control, while successfully escaping the tyranny of the Ranas. Such freedom should not be taken as a given, however. We must ensure that we are never in a position to be subjugated, ever again. There we are. Yeah. My living situation is a little complicated, but I'm going to be fine. And before you think, you shouldn't be going on vacation if your situation is uncertain. I have the vacation paid for me. At this point, I might as well go for it, you know? That's just kind of my thought on that. Yeah, let's get the research boost on that as well. So, you know, my life's been interesting the past couple months. But I kind of appreciate that, you know? It keeps me on my toes. Not that I always want to be on my toes and I don't want a tree falling through my house. To be that type of interesting. But, you know, what you gonna do? Alright, so we have some decisions, it looks like. Surviving the Indian Nightmare. So we can pilfer the depots to start off if we get more equipment. We're in desperate need of rifles. Unfortunately for us, our army rarely throws out or sells old equipment, simply putting them into swords just in case. One of these guns are no longer functional or so outdated they might as well be non-functional, but we should be able to scrounge together enough to further arm our troops. Yeah, let's do that. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and fortify Darjeeling. Darjeeling represents a vitally important logistics hub for our troops operating in the east, especially as it serves as the only real connection to Sikkim and our other eastern regions. We need to ensure through the construction of further fortifications that Darjeeling doesn't fall. We will also go ahead and fortify Uttaranchal. The mountains and hills of Uttaranchal provide a significant defensive advantage all on their own, but it is likely not enough to fully protect Nepal proper from a determined army. We should see to the construction of fortifications in the region so that we can keep fighting away in the heartlands. Yeah, okay, I was wondering if we were going to do anything with our political power. Here we go. We got all this good stuff going as well. A proclamation of independence. I can't really do much with that right now, though, but we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Let's work on integrating our frontiers while we are here. Intended officially as a temporary arrangement, the border regions of Uttar and Darjeeling have been manned for the British by Nepali troops since the uprising in India began. For our intention now to break away from foreign control of any kind, it would be prudent to simply maintain our control of these regions. After all, of course, these lands were once Nepali, having simply been stolen from us by British conquest, and so it is our right to own them. Yeah, there we go. We can also now modify... Okay, we can go from civilian economy to early mobilization. We're not in isolation anymore, which is nice. We'll go ahead and do early mobilization, get better construction speed going, kick that off. Oh, what is Austria doing? Oh shit, they went paternal autocrat. I haven't seen them... I don't know if I've ever seen them do that. Look at that. Okay. A bit more of a hardline Austrian approach. Interesting to strengthen your puppets just to bully them and try to take them out. That's a real interesting move for you guys to do, Austria. I can't say I get it. I really can't. Oh, there goes Delhi. Oh shit, I should probably pay attention over here. Tell you this, I'm certainly glad I didn't go with the People's Republic about now. I mean, the two-pronged approach is working well. Then again, there we go, we got our cores done. Then again, it is possible. I don't know what's going to happen next, so it's very well possible that the Bombay Pact might fall apart. I do not know. Well, we have quite a few options to go for next. We could get the Ranas, work down this, get the Ranas going, but I think the best play right now might be to work on some economic stuff. Then again, I don't know if we have another time to go after Bhutan. Well, I mean, protecting Kathmandu and some forts would be nice. We might not get another opportunity to go after Bhutan. We might, I don't know, but I don't know that's a problem. So we might want to rush down, protect Kathmandu, and resolve the Bhutan conflict. Should worse come to worse, it is vital that the capital and the surrounding Kathmandu Valley be defended from foreign invasion. These defenses must not be made up of existing geographic barriers, but also strong man-made fortifications made with the understanding of methods and means of modern warfare. And I gotta say, I do like... We have a lot of choices we have to make. And I don't know if we have time to do all of them. That makes it for a pretty good focus tree. I enjoy this a lot. I wasn't sure if I'd enjoy Nepal or not. I kind of started as a little tribute, and partially as a little bit of a joke. But also, this is... You know, I don't know what else you guys expected, honestly. Oh, dear. Oh, shit, Austria's gone. Oh, my God. I haven't seen this before. Oh, my God, this is incredible. Oh, that's crazy! What? Oh! God, I miss Kaiserreich. And sorry, I haven't played in a while, so I haven't seen crazy stuff like that happen before. Oh, that was incredible. The KUK, what can I say? What can you say? They cucked the Austrians. They really did. Alright, let's get improved machine tools going. Checking Kathmandu. Next, let's prepare for Tibetan aggression. Despite past attempts to clarify the situation, our border with Tibet remains ill-defined and vulnerable in several key locations. While an attack from the north currently seems unlikely, it is important that our government prepare for that eventuality should a northern neighbor seek a more forceful demarcation of the border. All, I think, pretty reasonable things to consider and worry about. Syria's declared war on the Austrian Empire, or the Ottoman Empire. Ooh, what do we want to do? Let's do reinforced stocks. Was that? Oh shit, the socialists are going in now. Oh man. Well, Venice will be doing okay, it seems, at least. Indonesian National Revolt. Oh, man. I've been considering doing a Venetian game, honestly. What can I say? I'm a sucker for little nations and little underdog stories, and Venice seems like it could be a fun one. Okay, let's do a civilian factory, and then let's do a military factory in Nepal. I think that's going to be our play. Perfect aggression. In the meanwhile, let's go out, start resolving the Bhutan conflict. Excluding the few decades where the British prevented them from doing so, much of Bhutanese history has involved violent raids against its neighbors, especially the former kingdom of Sikkim. As a result of the Indian Revolution, we secured control of Sikkim, angering the Bhutanese, who have raided us ever since. It's time to seek revenge for these raids and potentially liberate the Nepali minority Bhutan so brutally represses. There we go. You know. Oh, we have the 14th Dalai Lama. Look at that. While we're here, we might as well get working on going after Bhutan. They're making quite a push. Okay. So which state is... This state is owed. So if one or the other of these guys ends up getting control of a state, they could demand for our territory back. Oh. Okay. I remember hearing about an Italian civil war, that's right. Okay, let's go after Bhutan right now. And let's get working on some more economic stuff. Let's get some Indian investors going. Invited to our country, rather. Oh, shoot. This was a time-sensitive one, it seems. Wish I realized that. Well, let's invite those Indian investors anyway. The Nepali economy is unlikely to grow entirely on its own, and it shouldn't be expected to do so. Many across the border in India are almost salivating at the thought of building a name for themselves through investing in Nepal's blossoming industry. We should capitalize on such enthusiasm to increase our growth. There we go. Well, that was easy enough. Confirm and exit. Oh, that is a big Bukhara right there. The fate of Bhutan. Well, after a successful campaign in the Himalayas, we now have a task of establishing new local administrative authorities in order to restore peace. We have several options for our choice. Let's try and assimilate them into our territory. Why not? It said something about a Nepalese minority there. So now that we've liberated them, we might be able to, Okay, see, so we can integrate this territory. That makes me feel good, knowing that we can do that. Alright, well, I think that is all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, holy Turkestan, look at that. Yeah, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen, but I thank you, as always, for watching and joining us today. If you like this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you have any comments or feedback, leave in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get, and I do appreciate any feedback you might have for me. Check out my various links down in the description box below. Leave any comments or feedback down in the comment section below. And if you want to keep up to date with these uploads, hit the sub button and the notification bell. I upload weekdays as well as Saturdays, and I do a lot of stuff that, if you like this type of content, you'll probably like that as well. That's going to be it for now, my friends, though. My name has been Mr. Dogbo333. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.